Hello guys, my name is Khan, and actually in today's video I will talk about how you can format your Shiny dashboard. So this is a bit overview about how you can format the look of your Shiny dashboard. I will try to cover as many points, but it will not cover all the points. Probably I will make another video for formatting. So I have made a folder in my drive formatting, and within that I'm using almost the same code file R file which I have used in my previous video, which was about how you can add images in R Shiny. And but here what I will do, I have also created a www folder because, as I told in my previous video, that I will be using some HTML tag. So in order to use those HTML tags like image and video tags, you need to create a www folder where your code file is located. So therefore I have created this www folder, and within that folder I have added we have some 6 images. I will be using probably the first 4 images in my video, in this video. So I will go back. I will first open this code, enter. R is loading the code file, so it's completed. I will maximize this code window in a separate window so that you guys can able to see a bit easier. So this is my code file. So let's execute the code to show you guys that what kind of dashboard we have. Let's Control-A, and then run app. I think it's a good idea that when you are working with our Shiny library, most of the time as an R coder you select the code and then Control Enter to execute it. But when you will be using the Shiny library, it's a good idea to use this Run App button, which is on the right top corner, because sometimes R Shiny will give you an error. So that's why I'm saying it's better to use this Run App button in your code file. So this is the dashboard that we have created. So we have a plot output, then we have added 2 images. Below that we have a video link, and we also have added video from our drive. But I will not talk much about in this video about these videos that we have added. I will focus more about how you can play around with these images and how you can format them. So the first thing is that I would like to do, that I would like to, there is some text written down here, and here I will remove those text inputs in the main panel, and after that I will add a kind of a logo. So actually I will be using this picture as a logo. I don't want to use any other company logo because of the privacy, so I will use this pic as a logo, and then I will show you guys that how you can add a pic as a logo in your title panel. So let's remove, I will also not use this bigger image here. I will use this image later in my video. So let's do first, I will just remove something that I don't need for this video. So I will come here in my main panel. You can see that I have a text output, plot output, and text output. I don't need those things for this video. I will just remove it. So I remove those things, and and what I want is that under my title panel, I want a picture to appear on the left corner, and I want the company name to be written after that logo. So I'm telling this thing because many times when you will be working in a company, you will need to add the logos in your title panel. So that's why it's an important thing. So if you want to do that, how you can do is that I will remove this thing because I don't need for this video. I will remove it, delete, and here first I will write down title is equal to, and after that I will be using HTML tag div, and then within that I will be using my another HTML tag, which is the image. And after that, so instead of writing down all the thing, what I will do, because I've already used, I think that I can use this thing because I want to add pick 2. So I will copy it from here. So I will just quickly tell you guys that what it's doing. So sorry, I will add it from here. So I will copy it from here, the image tag of HTML. But before copying, so what we are doing is that we are using this HTML tag, and we are telling that where the picture is located, what's the name of the picture. So as we are using the HTML tag, it will automatically look for the folder www where this code file is located, and within that folder it will look for this pic1, and I am specifying the height and the width of the picture that I want to be appear in my dashboard, and then I am stating this option alternative. So why we are stating alternative is that if suppose if there is an error occur of or RStudio or RShiny unable to find this picture, so then the picture will not show up, but this message will comes up that something went wrong. You can write down whatever you want here, and then I am saying delete file is equal to false. This is I'm specifying that if you don't specify it, RShiny will import the picture into RShiny from that folder and delete it. I don't want to delete it because I will be rerunning this code again and again. That's why I'm not specifying it here. So I will copy it from here and I will mention it here in my title panel. Delete it and paste it. And actually the picture that I want to show is the pic2 name as pic2, and I will change the file name as, and the file type is actually JPG. And actually I can change the width because I'm adding the logo. 200 height will be very high, so I can take it to 100. Width, I think 200 will be fine for a logo. You can play around with this height and the width of the image according to your need. And after that, after specifying the title, so you can say that within the title I am saying this thing, and once I have specified my my div function, I can use a comma to whatever I want to write down after that image. So suppose if I write down the name as my company name. So I'm just giving you an example. So let's execute it. Hopefully all the brackets are balanced because it's a bit hassle, because sometimes you in R while we're coding the brackets got unmatched and you keeps on getting an error. So you can see that I have deleted those previous images, previous bar graph. So now we have this picture which is appearing in my title as a logo. So here you can use your company logo instead of this Vendetta pic, and you can write down your company name here. Now the second thing is that the first thing that you may see that these graphs are very much so if I open in the browser, so you can see this now it looks better. So I have added the logo and the company name here, but now what I want is that I also want to show there are two further graphs below these two graphs, and I want to play around with the width of these graphs. So previously I have used fluid row to add, so I will be using the same thing again. And then what I will do, I will also show you guys that there is, because in my previous video we always add a main panel option and the sidebar panel option. It's not necessary that you have to add main panel or sidebar. You can even add your images without specifying main panel and the sidebar panel. So let's first add two more images. First I will add plot output, which I already have in this vendetta pic. So I will go back, I will delete it, close it, going back to my folder. So this is the pic that we are so this is the fluid row that we have currently. So what I will do is that I want to add two so I'm currently in the main panel, so I want to create further two graphs. So therefore currently we have used the fluid row, so I will add another fluid row to add two further graphs. So I will just copy the same fluid row again and paste it here. So I have added two fluid rows, you can see, and within each fluid row I have added two columns. But let's see that in my previous video I have specified the width. The maximum width you can specify for a column is 12, and 12 is close to 1200 pixel. But here within the column you will be specifying width in numbers from 1 to 5. So let's see if I specify the width 6 and 6 here again. So currently I have just replicated the same row again, but I will update it according to my need. So let's say if I do this and run app, you can see that it's not doing it properly. Open the browser. So you can see it's not doing it properly because it's having conflict with this sidebar panel. So that's why we can remove it. In my later video, a part of the video, I will remove this sidebar panel. So let's go back. We will go with. So while formatting, you always have to play around a bit with the graphs. So let's see if I execute it now. So I'm moving it back 5. Let me see, I think I am getting some error, or this is something missing in my code. Actually, I am getting an error because I think this is not the right way. So first I have to edit my first fluid row. So my first fluid row, the width is fine. Okay, that I want to add pick 1 and I want this height, everything is fine. But here what I will do, I will create a div section within my cell because I further want to format it. So I will say div, and then I'm using the image, and here I will add another bracket to close the div. But after specifying the image, I will use some formatting options. So suppose here I'm adding in that cell the image, but but you can use formatting style as style is equal to. So and here I will use for example that within that cell text align. So it's a very important formatting style, which text align and ALIGN and colon, and after that I will specify that what is the type of text alignment I want. It's the center. And even if you want to align the picture within the center, then you can, after the width, you can here write down align is equal to center. I think I'm missing one bracket, so let me check. Text align div, I have to close one more. This looks fine. So let's execute it now. So you can see I'm still working on it. So what I will do, I will specify my second cell now. So within my second cell, suppose if I want Okay, the width is fine. I also wanted to align it in the center. And actually, instead of image output, I will be using the plot output, which I already have created in my server, Shiny server. And I have shown you guys that how I created that plot output in my previous video. So I will just simply call that plot output name here. So in order to do that, I will be saying again div, and within the div I will be specifying the plot output. And within the output I will be specifying, I called my plot output as emp underscore rate. I'm actually calling plot output because I will be using my slider input in later videos. That's why I'm not using the image output before. So that's why I'm adding it again, adding the plot output here. So employment rate, and after that I will specify the plot output height and width. So, comma, I will just simply copy it from the above. Yes, I think I can copy paste from the above. Yes, and I will copy the height and the width. I want the same height, width, and after that I think that's all that we need from here. So I can save it and I can play it now. So you can see that I have a graph here. I have added a graph in a plot in my fluid cell, which is controlled by this slider input. So if I play it still will change according to the slider input. So even when you create a fluid row or when you're working in a fluid cell, the other operations must have to be working in the same way as before. So let's close it down again. The other thing is now that I want to create the second fluid row, and here we will play around with more formatting a bit. So again, my first column is, I will specify the width is equal to, as I said, the width can be from 1 to 12. So let's see if I specify the width is equal to 6 here, and I want to be align it in the center. And I think I will be using my third and fourth image, so which are in the PNG file, so I can easily copy paste the same thing from the above. Yes, so I will just copy it from here, paste it here, and my image name is third3, which is also in the PNG file, and I will specify a comma here for my second column. And I can simply copy the same thing again and paste it here, and I will be using pick 4 here now. So let's execute, run it. So you can see that now we have, by opening the browser, so you can see that I have added 2 fluid rows, and within those 2 fluid rows I have added 4 graphs. But here is thing that this fluid row have a width of 5 for each column. So let's first make both 6. But here, because we have currently working in the main panel, So we can further increase the width if we remove the sidebar panel. So we can also do that. Let's see that if I want to remove my sidebar panel and my main panel, can we do that? Let's do it. So suppose if I don't want the main panel, so I will remove the main panel. So I will also remove one bracket because I don't need main panel. In the same way, I can remove my, so I also don't want this text input, also not this thing. I will remove it, and the thing that I want is that I will still want this slider input, but I don't want it to be shown in the sidebar panel. So what I will do, I will also, I don't need a sidebar layout because I'm not using main panel or sidebar panel. So I will comment them out, and also this thing. So yes, I think now, because I still have one extra bracket, which I will remove it from here. Save it. Yeah, 3 extra brackets. So I'm still having, okay, I have one extra comma here. So I think now what I have done is that I have removed my main panel boundary, and I also have removed my sidebar panel. As I said again, that when working in, because in my previous video we always created a main panel and the sidebar panel, but it's not necessary. So currently we have one slider input. We have added some graphs in our Shiny dashboard. So if we execute it now, let's see how does our dashboard looks like. I think I'm getting an error probably because of unbalanced brackets. So let me check that where I have. Okay, the error was kind of again because of the bracket. Here there is one bracket which is closing the fluid page, which is not necessary. I have to add that fluid page bracket in the end. Now I think everything is okay. We can execute the code. So I will run the app. So again, we don't have created any sidebar panel, and we haven't created any we also haven't created any main panel. So this is, we are currently using all the space of our browser. So now you can even play around with the width and the sizes of the graphs a bit more. So I will close it down. I have already the width as 6. I can even, so here the important thing to note here is that here you are writing down that the width is 6, but here the width is of my graph that I want to show. I can increase it to up to 600 pixel because I have specified 6 here. So let's do it 600. And what I want to do, it's not necessary that you have to specify the width same. Let's do it 4 here, and now it's 10. Here the width must have to be less than equal to 400 pixels, so it's 300 is fine. Here what I want to do, let's do it 8, and let's do it 4. So, and here everything looks fine. Here the width is fine. Now let's see if I execute my app, what it looks like. Save selected. So you can see that I have defined different dimensions of my cells, and it's working fine. You can also even play around with the heights too. So that's when, in order to play with the heights, I will just show you guys one thing. So if you guys want to play with the height, you can further increase it from here. So let's do it. So, but it maybe looks a bit problematic maybe. So let's do it 400. Selected. So you can see, if I open it in my browser, that within my same row I can increase in my fluid row I can increase the size or the width of the height of my graph. So, and you can adjust the height of your other graphs accordingly, but I will go back and make it change according to 300, I think. Sorry, 200. So now what I want to show you guys, that suppose if you want to format your slider input in the center of the page, how you can do that. It's also very easy. What I will do in order to do that, I will create a fluid row again. So I will say fluid row, and this time the fluid row will be having only one column. So that's why I'm saying column. And within that I will be specifying the width which is the maximum 12, because I also only want to create with only one cell within that row. And after that I will be also saying align it in the center, because I want it to be shown in the center. Line is equal to center, and comma, I will just copy the same thing from here, ctrl-X, I will paste it here, and I will add commas. The comma is already here, so I think everything is fine. Let's execute it. So you can see if I maximize it, so you guys can see that I have added a slider input in the center, but now I'm using again a fluid row with one cell, and now it's looking in the center. If I play it, it's still working. And in the end, before finishing this video, I will tell you guys one more thing, that within our columns where we are specifying different styles, there are so many other styles that you can also specify, that even here you can specify the height of your cells. So if I want to specify comma height, so it must have to be within the inverted commas. So what I will do in order to specify the height, I will add a semicolon, and then I will specify my second argument HT, and after that I will use colon, and I will specify the height, suppose 400. So now I'm increasing the height of a particular cell, not the whole row. So let's do it, execute it. So I have increased, you can see that I have increased the height of my cell. So in the same way, you can play around with the style of each cell separately. So in this video we have covered that how you can add the logo in your title panel, how you can play around with the formatting of your graphs. Thank you for watching the video.